You know what I think we should do? We ought to go get some saltpeter. Pork cowardice. Off to the side of the trail, you notice one of those weird cacti shaped like coffee cups. I better leave it be. I ain't much kin to coffee anyway. There's one right here anyway. I still can't get it. Or this is a beer barrel. Pretty quiet for a fort. I'd have expected soldiers marching around, up 2, 3, 4 sort of thing. Yeah, it must be abandoned. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. Definitely abandoned. Well, maybe we can scavenge some supplies. I'll keep watch out here while you look. Alright. You climb up into the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. Alright. Yikes, this mishap definitely got somebody fired. Yeah, probably not the cannonball. It's an unusually sized cannonball. I'll take it. Demi-Culverian cannonball. I really don't know what that means. The sign has the goblin word for toilet on it. The sign says toilet in goblin, which makes it pretty likely that goblin used this tent as a toilet. No way you're gonna go in there. Fair enough. This cot is soaked with blood. Based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered across its surface, you're guessing this desk belonged to Fort Cowardice's nurse. The papers are mostly just boring medical records. I'm gonna butcher this. Dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Hey, wait, what's this? This looks like it might be important. You got an item. Marching orders. They're just a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. The shelf still has some unlooted medical supplies on it. Render them looted. You bolster your supply of medical goods at the expense of its shelves. You got an item. Army Field Trauma Kit. You got an item. Military grade whiskey. Military grade whiskey, that's gonna be some strong stuff. This safe is labeled controlled substances. This must be where they store the really effective stuff. I ain't got safe cracking. You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside this tent. I'm gonna leave them be for now. This cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personal records in the back of one drawer. They are incredibly boring. Nah, I really want them details. Fine, you read one. Walter Reed, clerk, pay grade C2, B, 9/22/36, deceased. Missed days 25, the crew 6 days 15. Satisfied? Nope, another. Now you just look at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? Yeah. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. Hello, I will receive you now. Come on in. We've got our records over here. And over here we have our doors. This is our supply of doors. Looks like there's still some good mess left. You got military grade whiskey and hardtack. Bless this mess. The cupboard is bare, and also it's not really a cupboard. It's a spice rack. Little green unlabeled jars. Hopefully this is the stuff the chef was looking for. You got an item, shaker of saltpeter. Blech. The stove is beyond cleaning. I thought for sure I could put these back up. In general, this is a door. More specifically, it's the door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general's office. And I ain't got a needle. You find a pair of binoculars hanging on a passing cactus. I mean, a cactus you're passing, not a cactus that's passing you. It only looked like it was passing you because of your frame of reference. I think I'll grab them. You got an item, disposable binoculars. These will come in handy. They will also come in pairs because otherwise they wouldn't be binoculars. Yeah, you need something else to fix them. Gotta go to the kitchen. You got the saltpeter yet? Yep, got it right here. That's the stuff, thanks. Okay, next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper. Because it's really spicy. Because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. Ah, crap, I'm doomed. They grow in an area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around a while. Alright. Alright, let's go wandering. Saddle up. You catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that feller at the Jewel was looking for. I'ma grab it. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage. Back to town we went. You find me a murder pepper? Yeah, here it is. Ah, that's a big one. That'll last a while. Good going. Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, but I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. Well, alright. This is the Wild West, so let's get wild. This is the wrong building. Hi, I'm Jentleman. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. You find P.O. Box 441, the one that belongs to the chef at the Jewel. Open Box 441. You open the box and a torrent of junk mail falls out to reveal a knife just sitting loose in the box. You pick it up. You got an item saute knife. Even though you're holding it, you're pretty sure there's no such thing as a saute knife. Anyway, it's too thin to use as a weapon, so it's not even worth stealing. Have you got my knife? Yep, here you go. Excellent. This'll work a lot better than that hammer I was using. Okay, I will need one more favor for you, but it's the most important. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean, he was buried with it. Why are people burying people with recipes? You can't take it with you. I mean, I guess in this sense he did take it with him, but I mean, Anyway, you want me to go dig up his grave? He's dead, he won't mind. Well, alright. Alright, let's go up to the Dave Yard. You spot a store on the horizon. Perhaps you could exchange meat for goods and services there. Button Whittle McKittrick Store. I'll keep going where I'm going for now. Oh. Howdy, Alice. There's no mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nice. Ooh, that sounds awesome. I suppose. You discover a new map location, old mission. Here lives Dave's B. Died with the boots on, but not his pants. Oof. You dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. Brown boots. Are they any better than what I got? Oh, I didn't have anything apparently. Aside from a light dusting of what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for having spent so much time in the grave. Here lives Dave C. Went down in a theater. This tree has dozens of messages carved into the bark, each reading Dave was here. These remains look pretty restless. I'll put them down for good. Hi-ya! Knife to meet you. Knife to meet you. You made the restless remains more restful. You got an item, skeleton bone. And you also got an item, skeleton bone. I smell toast. Alice surveys the scene and jots down some notes in her little notebook. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Hooray! Here lies Dave J. Rapapow! You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag. Reach inside. You reach into the garbage bag and you are surprised to find it's full of pudding? No, it's not just pudding. It's pudding and motor oil. Who would do this? You finally reach all the way down to the bottom of the bag and retrieve a sodden lump at the bottom. You unglob the wad and dry it off, and then wash your arm in a nearby ditch. Wash my arm in a nearby ditch. I'm glad that ditch was probably clean. It's better be worth it. Dave's secret sauce recipe. Just combine these ingredients in a small pot, stir, and abracadabra, rapapow. Look out, he's got a plank of wood! You made the restless remains more restful. You got an item, gold tooth. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. Here lives Dave L. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years. Okay. Looks like a gravedigger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy, free lunch. You got an item, Vienna blood sausages. Man, I hate blood sausages. To each their own for what they like to eat, but blood sausages they smell so nasty to me. Anyway, you got an item, thermos of spiked coffee. And they said there was no such thing. Oh, it's a free lunch. Here lives Dave G. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a feller from like 40 angry bears. I don't think much can save a feller from 40 angry bears. My goodness. These bones are jumping around to beat the dickens. I'm gonna beat the dickens out of them. It was the best at times. It was the worst at times. Alice surveys the scene and jots down some notes in her little notebook. Pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. It's mostly just boring broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. You got an item, skull with an odd tag on it. The skull has a little paper tag tied to it, which has an intercemetery loan on this one side and some notes on the other. Here lies Dave G, murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Here lies Dave D. The truth was out there. It killed him. Dave DeShavani? Or Dave... whatever his name is. Dave Dave... I don't know how to say his last name. The guy from the X-Files. Oh no. Even the plants are dead here. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. I'll leave them be for now. Some kind of ritual circle, drawn on the ground in red chalk. This pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person? Ooh. Investigate. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. You got an item, gore-splattered scroll. You got an item, human ashes. Now, wait up a minute. How do I know these are human ashes? Yep. They passed the taste test. Definitely human. There's some kind of receipt here. You got an item, robe receipt. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you that you've gotten all that practice reading inside of a dog. Human ashes. This is a human in the final stage of the whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. This is the receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. It's a big stone sarcophagus. I think I'm gonna fight a whole bunch. Yeah. Get him with that scatter gun. This was a mistake. Yeah. Alice surveys the scene and jots down some notes on her little notebook. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she's had an epiphany of some sort. Alice has become stronger. 3 up and 3 down is a thing you would say if baseball analogies were a thing now. Handful of loose teeth. Alright, I'm not going to do that again. That seemed a little stupid to me. Let's go. Back to Dirtwater. I'm gonna stop at the store first since I'm here. You know, while I'm out. You discover there's either an open grave or a very deep rectangular pothole. Jump in and see what I find. Well, if it's a pothole, it must have been there a long time because you found the remains of an antique traffic accident. Gold skull. It wasn't enough to get a gold tooth. This person had their entire skull replaced with gold. I wonder if they survived the process. Just sell it. Handful of old coins. This is a little sack of coins that are either from a time or place or when or where coins were or are used as currency instead of meat. What weirdos those people must be. You got an item, old wedding ring. The honeymoon is definitely over for this old tarnished silver thing. I love how this person prioritized having coins and a gold skull, but got a silver wedding ring. People keep telling me to go kick rocks. I don't know why, it's not that fun. Buttonwillow McKittrick's store. This barrel smells like pickles and looks like an empty pickle barrel. At first you're excited because you think this barrel is full of pickles, but they turn out to be novelty rubber pickles. Aww. Shelves laden with various goods. The woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she's got for sale. Take a step backwards. I'll take a look. Ooh. Mind your meat. Gives you the dickering skill. Oh, I gotta sell this gold skull. I'll keep the wedding ring from now since it doesn't say just to sell it. Holy crap, a pickaxe, a hammer. Provides you with an option to hammer things in certain places, particularly if you have some nails. Please don't hurt them with it. After all, you hardly know them. Pickaxe. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you shouldn't use this to do either of those things. That might be painful. Probably buy a couple needles, huh? I'll grab this modern snake oiler. I'm gonna read it. The recipe for a quick brew potion that fortifies your body, mind, and spirit. Gives strong medicine, a combat skill that temporarily increases your muscle, mysticality, and moxie. There's an article with a list of tips and tricks for moving real quickly. Gives quick on the draw, a skill that increases your speed. There's an essay extolling the virtues of shooting wildly without looking at where you're aiming. Gives Shootin' Nanny, a skill that lets you fire a bunch of bullets at random targets. Alright, I think I'll take quick on the draw. You practice the techniques described in the article until you're moving so quickly that you can't even see yourself. That fella has to get pretty up pretty in the... Fellas got to get pretty up early in the morning. Fellas got to talk real fast to be able to talk real fast without humbling over his words. My goodness. Feller has to get up pretty early in the morning to shoot you. You got a skill quick on the draw. You notice that you also can't see the magazine. You must have dropped it somewhere while you were moving so fast. Whoops. Well, back to dirt water then. Let's go. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. Look through the wreckage. You pore over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that is both undestroyed and remotely interesting to you. You got an item, modern snake oiler. Nice. That's a really good find. I'm gonna read that right now. There's a letter to the editor from a woman in Wyoming who had an amazing idea. What if you shot somebody 3 times instead of just once? What a crazy idea. Who would think of putting more than one bullet in a person? That don't make no sense. Gives Fan Hammer, a combat skill that lets you quickly do 3 ranged attacks. There's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction that looks like it might come in handy in a fight, gives good medicine, a skill that lets you recover HP in combat. There's an essay extolling the virtues of shooting wildly. I'll take Fan Hammer. You unload round after round into a nearby cactus just to see how it feels. It feels pretty dang good. You got a skill, Fan Hammer. Shoot first, then shoot again, and then ask questions if there's anything left to ask questions of. Each subsequent attack deals 1 more damage. Goodness. Unfortunately, a stray spark from one of your shots sets the magazine on fire and you're unable to prevent it from being destroyed. Aww. Got that recipe yet? The one my jerk friend Dave J took to his grave? Yeah, I got it. Thanks a million, buddy. Now my slop will be world famous. Here, let me give you something for all your trouble. It fell on the slop, but it's still good. You got an item. Sloppy top hat. The old sloppy toppy, they call this. All in a day's work. Oh, what's my derby, dude? Derby only does 1. Guess I'm wearing the sloppy toppy. Let's real quick make a run back to the Fort Cowardice and unlock that door. The goblin seated at this desk is repeatedly firing their pistol at that pie safe. Get their attention. Say, what are you doing? Shooting pies. Always shooting pies. Could you elaborate on that? Why shooting a pie? Yes. To destroying, obviously. Must be destroying a terrible pie. What is wrong with a pie? Bah, human will never understanding. You probably shouldn't try to open this pie safe while that goblin is shooting it. Well, leave him be, I guess. I guess we'll head back to Dirtwater. As you're riding along, you see some braided fuses sticking out of a nearby rock. Investigating it more closely, you see that somebody drilled a hole in the rock and inserted a bunch of dynamite, but apparently lost interest and wandered away without setting it off. Or maybe they were just out of matches. I guess I'll take it. Their lack of follow through is your gain. And continue on. Let's head to our room, Alice. Oh, that's your bed. Sorry. There's a postcard on this little table. You got an item. Blank postcard. This is a blank postcard. Maybe you should write your family back home. In case you don't know how the mail works, you send these go into a building called a post office and give it to the correspondent wizard who works there. Alright, alright. Hi, I'm Jentleman. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus, let him know what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be... oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Well, thank you. Alright, Alice. Let's have a good night's rest.